Well, we're here,
Here
and
we are.
we've already got bad news in the studio.
What's that?
Like
What?
Wednesday night was Andy Austin was coming out of
his truck,
retirement, right?
Yeah.
He was going truck racing, and now he's not.
Well, he can't. He's got a busy.
We stubbed a toe.
I'm
Right?
pretty sure that's not what happened.
Well, that's the story we're going with. Andy stubbed a toe, and
But he's going to in September. So.
yeah, he's going to in September.
Right?
So
Yeah.
does he know September's next week? So he's going to have to
All I know is he can't this week, so that's fine.
Yeah, but he's so all you people that were all excited to go see Andy Austin this Wednesday at Star Speedway, you're gonna have to get a rain check, and Andy will be there in September, and we will keep you posted on. He's got a deal worked out with Kyle Chandler, and he's gonna be in the truck, right?
That's what he says.
Like he's the second coming of Dale Jarrett, so he's gonna be in the
Woo-hoo.
truck. So
Yeah.
So
It'll be exciting when it happens. Well, and you know what? He's going to wait because this week there's a lot to talk about with, New Hampshire, the big cup race, everything over there. We got the 250. We got all these things to talk about. He doesn't want to be overshadowed. He's going to wait till he has his own week.
Oh, okay.
That's how I see it.
Oh, you're sticking up for him?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
He's a busy guy.
Oh, yeah. We got Pat Tanguay in the studio. He's got a big event coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not the event he wants to be doing, but it is what it is, and he's got that. And Trystin, the last time I saw her, it was 2 nights ago. She was choking, puking, hacking,
it was terrible.
Yeah.
She still sounds it.
If you ever had to race while throwing up, you know what I went through.
Did you throw up in your helmet?
No, I made myself get it all out before I got in the car.
So
It was bad.
Poor thing.
There was a nice group of girls hanging out at the trailer next to me. They had their chairs set up, having a fun time, and I'm throwing up next to them, and they're kind of giving me the side eye, a little concerned. I had to tell them, I said, I'm so sorry, I'm so sick. I felt so bad for everyone that had to be around me that night.
But you
still got it done. You went out and beat who you wanted to race against.
You beat the old man, goal. Right? How much did that cost you?
He said he wasn't giving anything to her.
Honestly, I haven't heard much about it from him since. I think if he would have finished in front of me, I sure would have heard about it.
Yeah, he wouldn't have stopped, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was hoping to have a better finish. We finished 9th and 10th, and I was hoping to be a little more closer to the front, but we both had a pretty bad heat race. I didn't even get one lap in before I was.
Well, he got wrecked on the last lap of his heat, and you got wrecked on the first lap of your heat.
I don't know what's worse, but
were you in separate heats?
Yeah, yeah. So I creeped my car in and called it a night for the heat, and then we both started in the back of the feature, which honestly, I'll take it. Because either way, that night, I just wanted to race kind of side by side with my dad at some point. So if one of us has to start in the back, I'd rather start back there with him just to have a chance to rough him up a little bit. But no, it was fun.
Yeah, no. And I didn't even know until I got home because I was, obviously watching the race for the win and all the battle that was going up front.
Well, because I'm telling you what I was just following Race Monitor. I wasn't able to go. And so I'm talking to him about what could have happened and, why did they start out back and how was the race? And he was like, well, I was watching the leaders. I was like, you were what?
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a battle going on for 9th. Felt bad.
Oh, yeah, there definitely was.
I didn't know you passed him at the end. So, no, good job. You accomplished your goal.
I sure did.
So
I think I said last week, I don't care if it's first and second or last and second to last. Either way, I want it to be me in front of my dad. So
you did it.
I had to do it.
And you had a full field of them. I mean, it was 18 of them. There was it paid $750 to win, which is pretty good for that division. Mad Bombers, Ridge Runners, whatever they call them, slingshots. You had a couple of outsiders, and usually you're the only girl in the field.
Yeah.
But Callie Osborne came over, and she put on a good show.
Yeah, she does good. I like racing with her.
Yeah, and I think I saw this week on social media that she's making the trek to go up to Oxford this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I've wanted to do that, just not really in the right position to yet, but so that's cool. I'd like to see some of our people kind of go there and see what happens.
Yeah, so I don't think they got anything special going on other than the fact that it's, a marquee event and you're going to race on the undercard, you know what I mean? And so the 250s this weekend, which will talk a lot about that throughout the show. And, the other divisions, they get to race on the undercard. And I think the Slingshots, Ridge Runners, Mad Bombers got 2 races, I think Friday night and Sunday. So they got a great opportunity to race in front of a big crowd up there at Oxford. And I think maybe there is one night that there is some extra money on the line. So that's a big deal. And I know she's making the trek up there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a few other people from Lee or Star make the trek up there to Oxford. So pretty good. And honestly, the whole night at Lee was pretty good racing.
Yeah.
And they were, I think, what they have, Pat, 12 super modifieds, the big blocks.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
And, people kind of get down on that when they don't have a full field. But I'm here to tell you, from lap 25 to lap 75, Jeffrey Battle and John McKennedy.
You said that was quite the race.
Put on a heavyweight fight. That was a heavyweight fight without throwing punches. Yep. I mean, they, inside, outside, John made Jeff earn it. And they got in the lap traffic, and John got the lead back, and then Jeffrey, climbed back up on the wheel. And, I mean, you didn't know who was going to win until they come off the 4th turn on lap 75. I mean, that's what you want to see in racing. And then with only having 12 cars, sometimes that can be a snoozer. But those guys, 2 professional race car drivers right there, did a great job and kept you on the edge of your seat for, like I said, from lap 25 to lap 75. I mean, those guys really did a great job. And, the NEMA Lights, NEMA Midgets, and you guys, Trystin, were the only full-fended cars there that night.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The Ridge Runners are a pretty strong division at Lee, or at least growing out of their weekly division. So I think it was cool. I don't think we were originally supposed to race that night, but I think it was awesome to kind of throw us in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was talking to some people down the bar, and throughout the night, I think what's, I don't want to say they've got it figured out, but,
Seems like the end of the season, more and more people are going. You said it was a decent crowd.
And the last time we were there was the night we raced, and, they're on to something. It's like the weekly show isn't working there. They gotta
to add in.
Yeah, they got to do the big events with the big block supers, the 350 super, and which that race, James Whitcomb picked up the win.
And is that a Red McDonald car?
Yeah, Red McDonald owns it. So very popular win, and it's funny that him and Jeffrey Battle are cousins, and
right.
I saw a post that they both started out their racing careers in the Ironman cars, so.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So I talked to Red. Where I was sitting was right in the front row of bleachers. So Red walked down to victory lane, and when he come back, he stood and talked to me for a little bit. And I'm pretty happy, talking about the young man that drives for him. And it's not like he's got double-digit wins in his career. So pretty exciting, I mean, we've all won races, you know what I mean? And but some are more special than others, I
think he just got his first win 2 weeks ago at Star, so here he is.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, he's got his second career win.
Oh,
so
wow.
Good.
Very
and then,
cool.
Ollie Silver Night, you know what I mean? So
big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And then when you win in front of a bigger crowd than normal, on a bigger night, and that race has still got some luster. I mean, it's lost a little bit. I mean, I remember years ago when Bentley would bring all the motorcycles.
I was going to say, did you guys see who was in attendance at Lee?
Wasn't Bentley was there?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, he loves the super modifieds. As a matter of fact, somebody, when he walked by me, somebody ran out of the bleachers and wanted to take a selfie with him, you know what I mean? So, it was pretty funny. But, yeah, remember when they used to bring the motorcycles?
Yeah.
That was fun. I've done it. I've done that ride.
Yeah. Take the motorcycles around the track and all that, so... so that it was a good night for them, good crowd. And
yeah, it was definitely good to see. You don't want to see any track struggle, so it's always good, especially for me. That's my home track, like your Beach Ridge, so it's good to see it coming back.
Yeah, no, and like you said, you need that. Everybody needs a good night where the track does well, and like you said, that's your home track. And when did you start your racing career?
98. I actually got a Ford Escort that couldn't get out of its own way, so we just left it at the racetrack. I pulled the battery out, and it stayed at the track. I'd come back next week with 5 gallons of gas and charge the battery, and let's go.
Really?
Yeah.
So what class was that?
Roadrunners back then.
Really?
Yep.
So 98, that was, almost 20 years ago?
Yeah.
30 years ago?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first year. Then after that, we went. I got a Mustang, and then I think it was in '07 when you moved into the hobby stocks.
Really? Yeah. So then you've just been picking away ever since?
Picking it away, yeah. Just my dad started in '92, was his very first year racing at Lee.
Yeah.
I remember when he first started, we come in from practice, we're watching people measure tires, checking air pressure. He goes, "What the heck are they doing over there?" He didn't know. He just got into it because he loved racing, so he went and tried it.
Yeah, no,
That's funny.
So I was going to ask, how did Luc Tanguay get into racing?
Him and my mom actually met at Riverside Speedway because my dad's from Canada, so he used to go there and had some friends that raced and kind of wanted to get into it. So he had a Nova that he actually would do the spectator drags with, and that kind of got him going on that. He moved down here and he did a little bit of ice racing in Milton, and then he goes, "Yeah, I got to go asphalt racing." So
you got to do it.
Got to do it.
And probably just like every other person that ever did it, thought it was easy.
Oh yeah,
Until they do it. Yeah.
You're in the grandstands. Oh, how hard can it be? You hit the gas to the floor and turn left. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, we've all won races from one red light to the next. You know what I mean? And and then he was hooked, right?
Oh yeah, ever since. He loved racing so much, and just like the family atmosphere of just all the friends that we made. We'd hang out with him even during the winter.
Yeah.
Back, I remember growing up, he used to have a camper that we had out back in the camping area. And at the end of the night, we'd pack up all the cars, we'd go to the camper, and there'd probably 20, 30 other people come out there, and 4 of the race teams, and just party till the sun come up almost every Friday night.
Well, and it's funny, as we grow older, you know what I mean? We talk about that. You know, I'll go to a pass race now or a track, and I'll come home and I'll say to her, I said, I didn't even watch a race till there was 2 features left because I spent all the time walking through the pits and seeing my friends and catching up with people, and you know what I mean? Because you've just met so many people over the years and you've made so many friends, and you know what I mean? It's just, racing is a family.
Oh, 100%. As you made so many good friends that I still keep in touch with that don't even live in the area, but you still reach out and keep in contact with and all that stuff just because it's a great bond.
Yeah, and then which brings us to, you know, the biggest reason you're here today is to talk about and promote the memorial race that's coming up, which, you know, long before it was Luc Tanguay involved in that, or, you know, it was the Lance Davis Memorial, and your dad was the driving force behind that.
Yeah, this year will actually be the 23rd annual Lance Davis Memorial. I remember growing up, my dad and Lance raced against each other, and he lived in the same town. So every Saturday morning, Lance would come over and debrief how Friday night went. He'd have a big old can of Foster's, and they'd kind of bench race and figure out what they could do for the next week to make both cars better.
Yeah.
And then when Lance passed away, my dad said, "Yeah, we're doing a 50 lap." Him and I think it was Ron Bolduc, they kind of spearheaded it. And like I said, ever since then, every year it's been trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And this year, after my dad passed, Bobby Weber reached out probably 3 days afterwards and said one of the guys that we race against reached out to him and says, "We need to make this race bigger." So some of the star competitors put their own money up to sponsor the top 5 payouts for that night. And then we just sold all the 79 laps, and we've had a bunch of money coming in for different bonuses for this or that. So it's been pretty good. It should hopefully be a good show, get a good car count.
Yeah, and you know, when people realize and know, you know, how much your dad gave back, you know what I mean? And, you know, being involved in that, they all want to jump on board now, you know what I mean? And
it's been kind of overwhelming to see the amount of people that have reached out and kicking in money. Like Joe Janess gave $1,000 to give a $250 bonus for 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. So everybody wants to make it so it's not always top heavy, because that's a lot of how the big races are.
Right.
Make the guys
that makes it important for those guys.
Yeah, that'll bring more guys in because, you know,
they
everybody.
feel like they got something.
We all think that we got a chance to win, but we all know in our mind, like,
they just want to support the race.
I'm not going to beat this guy or that guy, but now when we look and say, wow, that's where I'm going to run, you know, there's a little bit of extra bonus back there, you know.
And you think about it, the guy that's going to come in and finish 12th pay the same amount of money as the guy that ended up winning, and they might not go home the same paycheck. Now they have a chance to get a little extra money so they can maybe come back another week and keep their racing going for the season. Or whatever.
I think that's really important because, you know what, usually the person who's in first place probably doesn't need the extra cash. There's probably a reason someone in 9th, 10th could have used a little bit more money, probably made them go a little faster. So I think it's really cool that people are putting money towards kind of mid-pack.
Well, that helps, and that'll bring them back to another race.
Correct.
That I've always said that. You know, you put the money throughout the field, because that guy that's going to win, he's coming back next week. If all you give him is the trophy, he's coming back because they got the money. You know what I mean? Yep. But you get that money and spread it through the field. That'll bring those guys. Yeah, that'll give them the tire to go to the next race. You know what I mean? And and I think that's great. What falling a lot on you now, whereas it was always Dad. Now it's falling a lot on you. You know.
I didn't realize how much work went into it because it was his deal. He took care of it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll be there with the race car and all that stuff. But now to see on the backside of it, it's crazy to see how much goes into it to promote it. And he always said, he goes, anything ever happens to me, you better keep this race going.
So, Pat, correct me if I'm wrong, but everyone who's thrown some money towards this race, none of them have said, if there's such many cars, you know? If there's 20 cars, then I'll give you a $500. Nope. This has all been however many are out there.
Yeah, no matter what. We got one, like Ron Bullock put up $100 for the last car in the lead lap. There's another spot that's going to pay $500 cash on top of wherever they finish. We're not going to say that number. It's already picked so that way that nobody does anything funny. Try to figure it out. Yeah.
So this isn't my day, but I'm going to get that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we've all paid that game. So.
Yeah, and the race is coming September 5th.
September 5th, yeah.
Coming right up.
Yeah.
So it's going to be some good paydays for people to help them get to the Star Classic for the next weekend, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. Roll it right over.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So how many laps is the race?
It's 79 laps.
Oh, so.
And we sold all 79 laps, $25 a lap for leader money and all that stuff, and we have a bunch of other contingency bonuses for a hard charger. Somebody did put up $1,000 if you're supposed to start on the pole and you elect to go last and you win.
Wow.
$1,000 bonus.
Nice.
Even if you take the challenge and you don't win, he's still going to give you $100 extra.
Nice.
So at least it incentivizes it to make it a good race. So hopefully we get a good car count and it all pays off.
So if somebody wants to add to this race, how can they do that? Can they reach out to you?
Yeah, they can reach out to myself through Facebook or whatever. You can reach out to Bobby Weber. Any of us. We'll get whatever we got to do to make it bigger and better.
And one of the unique things, and this has always been what they've done, is you guys stop the top 10 after the race and give them awards. They get trophies,
all the way through.
You know what I mean? It's always been to see 10 drivers at the end of a race, because usually you get the top three, and those top three are always happy unless second move the winner or whatever. But they're always on the podium at the end of the race, so they're always happy. But to stop 10 guys, or it could be gals, at the front stretch after and have them posing with their hardware, and really, I mean, we're racing, but at the end of it, we're celebrating, two guys, that Lance Davis and Luc Tanguay, that were a big part of this level racing. That's pretty cool.
And let's face it, not everybody's ever going to win a feature. So you got a guy that finishes sixth, might be his best night. If he can go away with a trophy, that's a win for him. We've all had that spot where anything helps.
Some extra money and get the pose on the front stretch, maybe get interviewed and just
we've said
be a
this
part
time
of it.
and time again, especially when they only give first place the trophy in the interview. The second and third might never win. And now, like you said, all the way through 10th, it's their night.
Yeah.
Well, think about it, too. Look at the stories you can tell if you bring home a trophy and you're sixth. And that's a conversation starter for whoever stops by or whatever. So it's always nice to have them and kind of remember what happened that night or whatever.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and take a minute to go to commercial break and thank our sponsors. We have Bentley's Saloon and
Shain's of
Maine.
The ice cream man.
All right. We're going to take a minute and then we'll be back.
Good times and great live music at Bentley's Saloon. Don't miss the Cruisin' Night Tuesday car shows. Every Tuesday from 5 to 7 through September 22nd. Free to the public, no entry fees, kids welcome. And when you enter one of the shows, you'll have a chance to win a $50 gift card and receive a ticket for a chance to win a garage toolbox. Toolbox winner from San El Napa will be announced at the end of season car show. And remember, at Bentley's, who has more fun than us? I need to let you in on a little secret here. For those of you that don't know about this place, you got to check it out. It's right next to Shain's of Maine in Sanford. Matter of fact, it's attached to it. It's called River Junction Brewing. I mean, it's really cool. You can sit and enjoy a beverage. You can order a Shain's of Maine food item, and it gets delivered to you while you enjoy the game, you solve the world's problems, whatever it is you do. Shain's of Maine and River Junction Brewing. You can find them at 1491 Main Street in Sanford. Shain's of Maine, the best.
And now, back to Mainly Motorsports.
All right, now we're back.
There we go.
So let's go over some race results. I was at Lee on Friday night, so we'll start there. In the 350 Supers, we had James Whitcomb in the number 45. In the Nemas, we had Randy
Cabral. Yep.
Cabral in the number 74. Nema Lights, we've got Zach Martinez in the number 7. In the Nest Super Modifieds, we have Jeffrey Battle in the number 14. And in the Ridge Runners, we had Brian Caswell in the number 47.
And then 9th was Trystin Bodwell.
And
10th was Robbie Bodwell.
Great
And
job.
if,
Not to rub that in, right?
Yeah, and if it was 2 more laps, it wouldn't have been Brian Caswell, right?
I think it was pretty close there at the end, he said.
Yeah, it was.
When I was chatting with him last time.
His car was starting to sound like you, choking and puking.
Hey, you know.
And then it would have been. Then it would have been your nemesis, the 73 of Josh Austin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he allowed you to race a half a lap in the heat.
That was
Took me right out.
Yeah.
All I want to know is after he took you out, did he come over and give you a hug and
Make sure
and
you
help
go
you out of the
It
car?
was pretty close. He asked if I wanted to punch him in the face, and I threw a couple of fists, and then we were good.
No, you didn't remember you weren't in Hudson?
No, yeah, we weren't at Hudson, so we
It's
couldn't
gotta
take
be
it
on
on
the front stretch.
Yeah,
at
we kept
Hudson.
this one in the pits. But
I always remember back when the last year of Beech Ridge when he ran Thursday Thunder, and they were racing, and they come through into the 3-turn, and there was a hole for like a quarter of a car, and he stuffed his car in there and caused this guy to flip over, right? Down over the 3 and 4 turn. Then he jumps out of his car that he'd wrecked and jumps over to help this guy out of his car. And like the announcer, I think his name was Andy Austin, made a big deal about this. Like he was being so, what is the word they use when people are nice? You never use it to me, but what is it like?
I don't.
Like sportsmanlike, right?
Yeah, you're
like
never
look
that.
at the sportsmanlike. Like I'm thinking to myself,
such a
sportsmanlike.
hero.
If he didn't do that, there wouldn't be no wreck.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't have to help the guy out of the car, right?
Yeah.
Like he's the one that caused the problem. But anyway,
all right, Josh, you owe me a hug and a new wheel, a tire, and a tie rod.
There you go.
well, he finished second, so he must have got like $500. But anyway, so you
All
got
right,
Jeffrey's
so
results.
Jeffrey, he's
We're gonna see Jeffrey this weekend.
I know, I'm so excited.
Jeffrey and Maine.
Min and the whole gang. Can't wait. So he sends us Riverside Speedway, and I don't have my glasses, so I'm trying to read this. North Country Ford late models.
72 years old. It's not bad for 72. What?
Yeah. Anyway, in the late models was Luke Shannon, and the Daredevils, Landon Brown. Moving on here. The Lightning Forests, Chris Cass. The Crown Vics, they got a good run of them. Todd Darrington. The Bone Stock for us, Blake Normand, and Dad's 4x2s Madix Mad Dogs was Blake Normand.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you, Jeffrey, for doing that. We appreciate it, and can't wait to
we'll see you guys this weekend.
maybe have a cocktail or two together.
Oh yeah, maybe you're going to have a cocktail. That's right.
I'm on vacation.
I might drink this weekend too.
No,
I
you will
announced that
not.
last night.
No, you will
I
not.
announced that at the party Sunday night.
No.
I might.
Well, how are you going to drive back to the hotel? Because
I'll find somebody to drive me.
No, we're done. No.
We're done?
Well,
we're going to break up on air?
Well, we could.
I've already got my new house cleaner.
Well, I already know that I got plenty of, just waiting. So
Plenty of waitings.
I got people waiting.
Oh, yeah, they're waiting.
So,
Okay.
Steve, if you drink this weekend, what kind of division you're going to come out in
Right,
next year?
yeah.
then?
So
here's
we're
the-
at Loudon the other day, right?
See how he has an answer for you?
Oh, yeah, trust me.
there's always a story.
So we're at Loudon the other day, so I go see the king, right?
The king.
Mike Rowe. So he says to me, "Are you all done racing? Or are you going to race again?" I said, "Mike, if I race again, it's right here in a Super Late model in Loudon." He said, he turns around, because usually he just looks at you. He literally turns around in his seat. "Perry, are you crazy?" Then he goes, before I even could say anything, he goes, "Never mind. And now I remember who I'm talking to."
Yeah.
So,
But yes.
I don't think we could get that fire suit off the mannequin.
No,
I think she glued it.
I glued it,
welded it, stapled it, nailed it. It ain't coming off.
No.
So no, I'm good. I think.
You enjoyed what you did, and it was a good run. So.
Yeah, so much. I had so much fun that night, Pat. I can't even explain to you.
He had so much fun, not really racing. He had so much fun walking around in a fire suit.
Like that little kid when he puts his Halloween suit on.
That's what it was.
Waiting for it to get dark so he can go out trick-or-treating.
Seriously, he was like, well, let's go take a walk to the bar. He's never said that.
Yeah.
Ever.
I just wanted people to see me. Like,
Listen, he is not the only one. I know a lot of racers who love being a race car driver.
In their fire suit.
As in having the suit on and telling people they're a race car driver.
Yeah. Lyman McKay for years at Beechridge. For years.
But Lyman can get it done.
He used to wear his fire suit from the pits, and he'd come over in the grandstands, and he would literally walk in front of the grandstands and just
everybody would
look up in the stands just to make sure like people would recognize him.
There's a race car driver.
Or if he had won that feature, he'd be carrying his flag and his trophy still. Like, there were no, I weren't carrying which I could have built a trophy and lugged it.
I'm surprised you didn't, because there's another story for that one. But anyway, we got more results.
I got more results. Over at Unity at the dirt track, Drew Overlock was the team winner. Fast Fours was Carl McAlpine. Four-Cylinder Warriors was Ben Audette. Junkyard Stocks was Guy Stevens. Pearl Fours was Ethan... I can't read your writing.
I can't either. I don't know.
Ethan LaChance.
Ethan did a great job.
Ethan something. Ladies Pure Stock was Samantha Chapman. Rookies was Hunter Giroux. And the Crown Vics was Waylon Jagier. And then Wiscasset was in action on Saturday night. Thunder 4 Minis was Derek Cook. 207 Crate Mods was Brad Babb. Super Streets was Kevin Douglas. Pro Stocks was Logan Melcher. Jay Plummer won the Four-Cylinder Pros, and we got to give a little shout-out to one of our little guys that left our go-kart track, and he's had a learning curve this year in the Four-Cylinder Pros, but he did pick up the heat win in the Four-Cylinder Pros.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, and the whole family was excited, and that's Austin Spencer. So they're getting ready. This isn't their big weekend, but right after this, the next weekend is their
Liberty
Boss
weekend
Hog,
is the Boss Hog.
Is their Boss Hog, and that's kind of their... that and the Coastal are their two big weekends, and so that'll be a big thing for them. And
there's a lot that goes on that day.
Yeah, the same weekend as you have the Lance Davis, Luc Tanguay Memorial that night, they do a cancer walk on that morning. It's a fundraiser for Dean Snell Cancer Foundation, and that's to help people with living expenses that are living with cancer. And
Penny Charette does.
Penny Charette,
she's a go-getter. I mean,
she runs the kids club up there, and she does so much for what they do with the kids and giving the bikes away every week and everything. So she runs.
Puts her heart and soul into this fundraiser,
and so that's that morning. So same thing. They look for donations and
and I mean we'll have another week to talk about it, but we want to make sure people are understanding it's coming up.
Yeah. So that's their weekend. The Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. So, So that's all we got for results this week. It was kind of a light week.
Well, because I hear there was something going on over at Loudon, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the modified race, Andy Austin was up in the booth, right?
Yeah.
And
him and Pete.
Yeah. They got rain with about 70 laps into it. I actually got up and I said, it's drizzling. A little bit harder drizzle than they can race in. I'm out of here. So I walked down the bleachers. I got to the bottom. They threw the caution. So I said, oh, that's good. But they did end up drying the track. And
yeah, because then you called me and you wanted to give you...
Yeah, so Debbie talked me through the rest of the race after they dried it.
I mean, it was a great race. I love the mods anyway. I wish I could have been there, but that was a great race.
Yeah, and it was...
again, John McKennedy.
John McKennedy. So he had a great weekend, and he was pretty excited because, like he said, he's won down there in the tour type mods, the MRS, the open mods, but he's never won
at
NASCAR
Loudon.
Mod on, you know what I mean? On
which is more
NASCAR
like your
day.
home and he's from Mass, so home
so
track. And
to win on NASCAR day, he's won at Loudon with the other ones, but to win on NASCAR weekend, so he was
big deal.
Pretty excited about that, and the finish, I didn't see it, but I heard
it was
about it.
back and forth. I mean, they put on a battle. It was a great race.
Yeah, and they all, they all raced good, but
a little bumping, but
that mod race is...
That's the best race of the
I
weekend.
think it's the best race of the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, and then I read somewhere on social media where the Cup guys, they were talking